Hello everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. I know I'm late on this, but I thought about doing a video about Valentine's Day, but I didn't have the time to put it together. Plus I wanted to do some research on this pagan day. Right now, today's topic is about the aftermath of Valentine's Day. What's amazing, what I find amazing, that a lot of people celebrate certain days, pagan days, but they don't take the time to research why they celebrate that type of tradition. Excuse me. You understand what I'm saying? Excuse me. A lot of people don't take the time to find out why they celebrate Thanksgiving. Of course, they give you the fallacy story of why they celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, then there's Valentine's Day. So you got Thanksgiving, then we might as well consider Black Friday. Then you got Christmas. Then you have Valentine's Day. So all these companies that put in the media that pushes these traditions, it's all about exploitation and getting your money. My thing is this. When it comes to Thanksgiving, then there's Black Friday, and then there's Christmas. Christmas is mostly for kids, but you know, as men, if we have children, we tend to spend our hard-earned money, on gifts that are not going to last long. Yeah, the kid will play for it for a couple of weeks, but at the end of but after a few weeks, they don't want that toy no more. Of course, you got men spending money on women on these days, such as Christmas, and then there's Valentine's Day, then there's Mother's Day. So the man got to spend all his money on Valentine's Day. Then there's Mother's Day. But when it comes to Father's Day, now you got women who want to get rewarded on Father's Day, talking about the mother and the father. No, you cannot be the father. You're only the mother. To your women watching this video, you can't play both roles. So you're fooling yourself. Especially when you talk about, I don't need a man, and I'm strong and independent, but you know, I get alimony, and I get child support, I get public assistance, I get welfare, other forms of grants, and other forms of social programs. And like I said before, if you as a woman get those things, you're not strong and you're not fucking independent. It's interesting to see how many women will do anything for a man on Father's Day. Real talk, the whole thing about Valentine's Day is just for men to go out and simp. Let's just be real. I'm not going to drag this video out. I'm going to try to get my point across. What I see here, this social conditioning, remember when we were kids that mostly we had female teachers, you know, especially my generation, Generation Y. If you all were born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s, you know that we were taught, our moms taught us boys, you know, at the time, before we became men, to do this for a girl, do this for a girl, do that for a girl, do this for a woman. And you're taught as a young man a young boy becoming a man, that you must provide for women, you must serve women, you must cater to women. And that's the biggest problems I have with Valentine's Day. You have a lot of men who think if they spend up all their hard-earned money on flowers, candies, and other gifts, they might get some ass. Or they might get a chance to smell the pussy. But that's how far it goes. But even if you get lucky in that particular day, she still don't have no respect for you at the end of the day. Of course she'll might do one thing for you out of the year. You know, a couple of nice things, like probably like, I'm gonna be serious about this. You know, a few times out of the year, she might do something nice for you, and then she'll remind you of what she did for you throughout the whole year, out of a few times. But you as a man, rather you have a girlfriend or wife, or you're just single, you do something, you spend about 365 days catering to women, pursuing women, complimenting women, doing this for women, doing that for women. And especially when it comes to certain days like Christmas, New Year's, then there's Valentine's Day, and then there's Mother's Day, even though you got single women who aren't mothers, but they want you as a man to give them something. So you're taught to give. And women are taught to receive. What I don't like about this Valentine's Day, it's a fucking scam. You as a man, you bust your ass every day. You bust your ass every day, and you do everything to please your woman, whether you're single or not. You cater to women. You spend your hard-earned money on women out of the 365 days straight. And then when there's Valentine's Day, instead of women being thankful and grateful and treating it like, you know, Valentine's Day is just another day, nothing special. If you don't do anything for her on Valentine's Day, she gets an attitude, or she loses her respect for you. Now, you do all these things for women out of the whole year, 365 days a year, especially take them out on dates and buy them gifts, even doing things for her on her birthday. But when Valentine's Day comes, what you did out of those 365 days straight, you don't get nothing in return. And don't give me just sex, because that's bullshit, because women benefit more from sex than we as men do. It's a mutual reward. She's rewarding herself. She's not really doing you a favor by giving you sex, because she's fulfilling her wants and her needs. You know, that's just nothing more than a fucking guilt trip. So, as I wanted to do this video, I wanted to tell men to stop simping, stop spoiling women, stop spoiling grown-ass children. And that's what women are. Most of them are grown-ass children with entitlement issues. They're worse than kids. They want you to do everything for them and provide them and court them, I mean. But when it comes to getting anything in return, it rarely happens. It rarely happens. And if she does like one or two things or three things out of the year, she'll remind you of what she did for you out of the year. Or remember that time when I did this for you? But my thing is, bitch, what have you done for me lately? Because me as a man, I have busted my ass and catered to you, and I spoiled you. I gave you everything, gave you the world. I took you out on dates. I bought things for you. I gave you shit on your birthday. I took you on a nice vacation, but you're still bitching and complaining. And then when if I don't go above and beyond for one fucking day, a Valentine's Day, chances are you're not gonna want to be with me anymore, you chances are you'll kick me to the curb and find some other sucker of a simp, of a pussy beggar. You know, doing this, just tricking off of women. And this is what society conditions us to spend our hard-earned money on women just to keep the fucking economy going. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So my advice to men is, like I said before, next year, if there is a next year, which will probably be next year, I probably might be alive. He might be alive for next year. I don't know what's going to happen with this economic collapse. And then when they're bringing in martial law, their new world order, you know, when they make everything official, well, it is official, but I'm talking about World War III and society just collapsing and everybody's out of control, and people become uncivilized and crazy because their dollar crashed and they're trying to get food and they're trying to survive. The one thing about what might be beneficial for this to happen, it needs to happen. Maybe people, particularly women, will drop that feminist bullshit and realize, hey, I can't survive on my own without a man. The government don't give a fuck about me. I've been exploited the whole time. I'm like, yeah, you have. Your children have been exploited too. So what I tell men is, you need to boycott these pagan days, especially Valentine's Day. You know, it's gotten so bad. If a man doesn't give a woman what she wants on this particular day, even though he gives her everything every day, guess what? You get assaulted. You have domestic violence. Women getting violent because you didn't give her a card on this day, or you didn't buy this for her. You didn't buy jewelry for her. You didn't buy this particular gift, and they get violent and try to harm you and try to kill you. Actually. All because you did not spoil them rotten on Valentine's Day, even though you spoiled them rotten every day. And that's our problem as men. We have society and men, and it's because men have gotten so feminized and pussy whipped, and being the white knight of a Captain Saberhole, you do everything to make women happy. And then, as I said this, you cannot make somebody happy. The only person that you can make happy is you. So my thing is, I mean, if we want things to change, you know, you're going to have to stop spoiling women. You're going to have to demand that they bring something to the fucking table. That's what y'all gonna have to do. Stop taking them out on dates. Stop spending your hard-earned money on them, and stop talking to them. And only deal with the ones who talk to you. You know, what y'all need. And I don't see. Even though I've been denied the opportunity to have a relationship, I listen to men's stories, and I try to learn from their mistakes. You know, if you do all these things for a woman, and then she still doesn't respect you and appreciate you, you need to stop doing it. And if you can't, and she gets mad because you didn't spoil her on Valentine's Day, or you didn't spoil her on her birthday or Christmas, now I'll give the birthday thing a benefit of the doubt, because everybody wants to be treated special on their birthday. Okay. But when it comes to Valentine's Day, if she gets mad because you didn't spend your hard-earned money just on her on Valentine's Day, even though you've been doing it the whole time, and she can't appreciate you of what you did for her every single day, and then when Valentine's come along and she cannot recognize and honor you, and she wants more, you need to drop the bitch. Obviously, that's not the woman for you if she can be that fucking ungrateful. So, what we as men need to stop doing is stop spoiling women, stop catering to her, stop spending your hard-earned money on them. make sure they bring something to the table. And I'm not talking about a woman doing one single thing or two things or three things or four things or five things out of the whole 12 months, out of the whole year. And then, and even what they did 10 years ago, and they want to remind you of what they did for you. Well, you know what you as a man need to do? You need to remind her of what you did for her every year, every day. That's what y'all need to do. And if she cannot respect you and appreciate you for all the things and all the sacrifices that you did for her, and you catered to her, and she cannot be grateful, and she continues to be an ungrateful, spoiled bitch, you need to drop the bitch and move on. That's all I gotta say. I'm out. Peace.